everybody. Welcome to Sandy's Probably Gonna Change Her Mind show. Just kidding. I did a design quite a while back, and the design I thought was beautiful, and I'll insert a picture here. But I had a problem with the tumbler itself. So I didn't actually put the tutorial in there as to how I did it. But I did have a couple of my subscribers say, we love the tumbler, but where's the video? So guess what? We're going to do another video of it. Well, we're going to do a video that you're going to get to see. What I have here is just a coffee mug. It's a stainless steel coffee mug. And I have prepped it and spray painted it rustic pink. And I love this color. But it's been spray painted for a full day. So we're good there. And what we're going to do is insert picture. You're going to see this is an organza bag that you get with different orders. Not sure where I got this one, but what I've done is I have cut the bag apart. Here's the scraps. I've cut the bag apart, and it has this really pretty colored foil design on it. However, I'm not going to put that on here. I like the back, and it's just such a pretty, is it called monochromatic design? It's just silver on the back side. And although I do love the colored side of it, I think that this design today is going to be better served with the silver. You'll see that I have masking tape on here. And I did that so that I would know how wide I wanted to cut this, because it's very flimsy. It's not difficult to cut, however, it likes to fray. So what I will be doing with this, and I'll show you, I'm just going to use my little dish there to hold up the cup. It's going to go onto the cup like this. So now I know exactly where I want to cut it. It will be long, and I will have to trim those off as well. But when I get to the other side of the cup, I'm going to have to face it in another direction. Maybe I don't have to. Maybe I can do both of them the same. Yes, I can. Yeah. Hold on. I had this all thought out. It goes this way. It goes this. Oh, we're good to go. So all I have to do is double up this material. Just fold it over. And as long as I get it lined up well enough, I will be able to just cut that. Now, since I have this masking tape on here, I'm just going to fold it over and hold my back, the back part of my design as well. Make sense to you? I don't know, but I just kept thinking, oh, I'm going to have to figure out my angle for the other side. I don't have to. This makes it like super easy. Got a little envelope here. And I'm just going to go right ahead and cut. Now, your edges aren't going to be a huge problem because we're going to be putting glitter on here. We're going to do sort of a Milky Way. And this material is so in so fine that I can just see right through there to where my tape is. So what you want to do is make sure that you don't have a wrinkle, because material wants to fold itself over. I'll be right back. I got a phone call, had to blink out there, so I went ahead and cut the other side. So you'll see that both sides are the same. Now, all I have to do is lay it out onto my piece, and we're going to use Mod Podge. I have the dishwasher safe gloss, doesn't matter what kind, and I'm going to go ahead and slather that on here, and I'm going to stick my pieces of material right directly on there. Now I've got to get this off this tape, and because I cut just a little bit bigger than the tape didn't pull and frame my material. So there's a pro tip for you. Don't be afraid of it. Figure out where I want my Mod Podge to go. And I do have tape at the top here. That's electrical tape, because when I spray paint, I don't want that. There's a silver rim, and I didn't want that to get all glunky and yucky. I did leave room for the paint to go up there a little bit, though. Not a problem. And I'm just going to take it to the rim here. I'm not going to take it over. Okay. And I'm not going to trim this until we're set up a little bit. We're going to let this dry. When we come back, we will be ready to apply our glitter. So don't go far, don't go long, because we'll be back in a second. We're back to apply our glitter, and I have a few different colors and blends. We're going to start with our chunkies, which is Aurora's Sparkle by Glitter Makes It, and Sally, which is really pretty. There's a lot of iridescence in there. This is from Sandi's Organized Chaos. And then we have, and I'm not sure how much of this we're going to use, but this is Frequent Flyer, and this is from the Glitter Horse store. Love, Shelly. Hey, Shelly, if you're watching. I like this because it's very light, and it throws a lot of really pretty pinks. So, Frequent Flyer. And then for our more toward the fine, this is a mix of medium and fine glitter, and this is Girl's Best Friend from Glitter Makes It. And I think it's meant to be a compliment to this Sally's, so we're going to use it. And then I may come back in and and add in some of this pink. And this is cameo pink, and this is an extra fine from Walmart. Our fabric has dried. However, some of the color from the other side came through. Now, the beauty of that is that the color that came through was light purples and pinks. And you know what? It goes with this. So I'm cool with that. This didn't happen before. When I did this before on a cup, it didn't bleed through. But I'm not going to kick my feet about it. I still like it. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves started. I'm going to get my glitter over here out of the way, figure out what I want next to my, I think we're going to start with the, I need to see the names here, I'm sorry. Aurora Sparkle. We'll start with that. It's early in the morning here, so if I sound a little froggish, well, that's why. Stick around. We'll be right back. So this is the design that we're going to use on the handle of our cup. I am going to cut this space here and down along this chain with this, whatever that is, hanging from it. And I'm going to run it from here on the cup down the handle. So I'm going to get this cut out, and then when I come back, we'll put it on. Okay, so I've cut this portion out of my big tattoo. And it's a good thing I did it off camera because I had to sit it so close to my face that you wouldn't have been able to see it anyway. Yep, I kind of cut a little too close here. It was a very close design. So I got the black outline. I may try to fill that in with a fine tip Sharpie. We'll see. I'm going to take my protective sheeting off of here, which, in case you weren't aware, you don't want to take that off before you cut it, because this is going to stick to your fingers and it's going to cause your design to get fractured. I just got a little piece of paper there I don't want to have to deal with. All right, now I got to do this without messing up my glitter. So I'm thinking that looks pretty good. If I could get my, give me just a second here to get a starter going. There. And I'm just going to zip it down as best I can. Let it stick to my handle where it will. And I'm going to wet my paper towel and lay it on there. Normally I would spray, just spray it right down with my water. However, I don't want the water to get into the glitter because I don't want to be 120 years waiting to put my epoxy on this. This will allow me to do it, and it'll dry right up, and we're good to go. So I'm just going to lay this down onto my tattoo paper. I just spritzed my paper towel with some distilled water, and hopefully this does the trick of removing that backer without having to get water all over everything. I do like to just spray my tattoos though and let them set, but I didn't epoxy this first. So if I had, it wouldn't have been a problem. but I decided I'm going to do the epoxy and do my Milky Way all at the same time instead of coming in to do a second layer of doing that. Make sense to you? Okay, I have a spot there that's not quite wet enough. I can see that. And my tattoo won't come off if it's not wet enough. And there's a little tiny bend there. Not sure if that's going to be an issue or not. It looks like it's already ready to slip off for the most part. Let's see. Yep, that slips, that slips. That's slipping. Slip, slip, slip. Okay, we're good to go. And that does that. Ooh, that's pretty. That's pretty. I wasn't quite sure about the color on this, but I think it did well. What do you think? Isn't it pretty? It's simple. It's understated. I think I like it. I'm going to go get my epoxy ready, and we will return in just a second here. Okay. My phone never rings. Almost never. In the last few days, when I've been trying to do something on my YouTube, I keep getting phone calls. Anyway, I got a phone call, and rather than let my epoxy go to waste, sorry about the background noise, that's my torch, I decided I would get the epoxy onto my tumbler. I've mixed up 2 different cups for my Milky Way. I think I've decided to go against using the glitter to do with my Milky Way. We'll see how it looks once I get this on there. But I have a diamond pearl white, which has a nice little sheen to it. And then I have plain white mica powder, which is pearlized, but it's not like the diamond white. So, and I think you can see the difference in the 2 colors or the 2 hues. I didn't mix up a lot. I put about so much in the end of this little tiny spoon, just there. Because, yeah, if I don't get this on here, it's going to set up on me. But this is not terribly warm yet. I do want this to get a little bit thicker because I don't want it to spread into the rest of the cup. I want it to go where I put it, and I want it to stay there. So I put about, let's see, 30, I mixed up 60 milliliters of epoxy. And certainly this doesn't require that, but because of the chunky glitter, it did require some extra epoxy on there. So I did spray my glitter down with the hairspray that I told you about, the Final Net, or the Aqua Net. Sprayed that and put a couple of good coats on there. And it did, for the most part, hold it down really good. I've got a couple of stray pieces of glitter here that came over here. But you know what? They go with it. I'm good with it. I'm not going to pick them out. So I'm going to let this roll for probably another 20 minutes or so. And then I will come back and I will put this on there. It'll warm up a little bit more. But yeah, we'll put our mica powder and resin on here for our Milky Way. So stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. Okay, it's probably been 15 minutes or so, and my epoxy is starting to set up a little bit. I'm not sure how well you can see that moving, but it's not moving too quickly. So, where am I here? Yeah, you can't see it if I don't have it in the camera. There it is. It's moving very slowly. So, I'm going to go ahead and start drizzling it onto my cup. I need to get a popsicle stick. Okay, and I need a glove because it's going to get a little bit messy. So, this is the diamond the diamond mica. And see, it does a nice little pile up in there. And let's see, how do I want to do it from the edge up. And I'm not getting it directly on my, whoops. Well, I did that now, didn't I? I didn't want it there. Get that off there. Because I'm going to have to do another layer of epoxy for my finish anyway. I really don't like following this around. It makes me nervous. And it's going way too fast. I'm gonna stop this and hope that my epoxy doesn't drip all to one side. But to get this done, I need to have better control. So, and then I will be smudging this in because I don't think it's going to travel very much. Let's see how we do here. It's holding up pretty good. When it moves like that, it makes it a little more difficult, but I think we're getting it. Pretty sure we are. Like right there. This could use a little bit of it. And then I'm going to go over these with my pearl white, which is a little more opaque than this. And then when I torch it, it'll thin it out a little bit as well. I don't like that glop on the bottom. Okay. I may decide from this that I need to remove a little bit more. And if it's warm and moving, then I'll have an easier time. Because I did let it set up. I can't believe how many phone calls I've gotten today. When I was trying to do this the other day, it was visitors. Today, it's phone calls. All right, I am going to, because I'm impatient, I am going to remove some of this. We'll see you in a second. Look at how sweet this came out. I am loving the depth of the Milky Way, and we were able to keep the organza design. And I'm just going to flip it around for you so you can actually see the effects all the way around. Isn't that pretty? Those glitters are just enough. Look at the depth in that. I mean, you can see that that's on top. Isn't that pretty? Sorry, I'm trying to do it all. There's our design. I did get a little bit of my Milky Way up onto my tattoo design, but I don't think it looks terrible. And you can see that slight amount of epoxy up at the top of my color part of my cup. And I like to do that. That's a good seal. But isn't she pretty? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, throw me a thumbs up. And I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And until next time, folks, toodles.